Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of Healthy Conversations. It's our Halloween special where we're going to talk about spooky gym stories. And we are obviously wearing our store-bought costumes, not made from items
Extremely expensive.
that we found around
Top
the
notch.
office.
Custom made.
I'm Bill. This is Troy. Troy, you want to read our first one?
All right, now we know the gym is scary as it is
Can be.
already, especially if you're a new gym goer. But we have we took some stories from around the office and we want to kind of communicate how scary the gym can actually be.
What are the things that maybe haunt you, the
Exactly.
experiences?
And it may not be paranormal. It may not be, Bigfoot or monsters, but I mean, these are still pretty scary stories. So let's go ahead and pick up the first one. And this one starts off as an embarrassing story. So it says, my embarrassing story is when I broke my thumb re-racking plates.
Oh.
I was putting back a 25 plate when some commotion caught my attention. Also embarrassing that I did not remember what it was. But I turned my head to see, and all of a sudden felt immense pain. I didn't see that another plate on the tree was barely on the stem, and then bumped it. It landed on my thumb. The pain was so bad I almost blacked out and struggled to remain upright. An x-ray revealed that my thumb was not just broken, but the distal phalanx was completely, sorry if I mispronounced that, was completely smashed to bits, confetti status. I was too embarrassed by the accident and ended up switching gyms.
Yikes. That's, similar to this, I heard about a guy that was lifting in flip-flops, and it's like a tube of toothpaste. Don't drop stuff on your toes.
Fun gym fact, do not lift with your wedding ring, because I've also heard that people
Lose a finger.
have gotten their wedding rings, and the term is degloving.
Yeah.
They actually do make silicone wedding rings that are for the gym that don't get caught on stuff, but highly recommend that you do not wear your wedding ring when it comes to the gym, when it comes to lifting weights or even dealing with any of that, because you just don't want it to get caught. Stick it in your gym bag, throw it on after, won't have a problem.
And the silicone rings are fantastic.
Yeah.
So you buy them in bulk.
Or you can just do mine. I just tattooed mine, so I never have to worry about it anymore.
Problem solved.
There we go.
Okay, I'll do the next two because they're short. So
Hold on, let's give him a second to calm down, because that was pretty scary.
That was pretty.
That was extremely scary. But just so you guys know, this gym, in fact, is not really the scary place. Having confidence to go to the gym is something that is difficult, but I don't think it should be scary. I know when I first started lifting, I think it was like 9 years ago after I found out I had type 2 diabetes and I had to get in shape. I remember walking around and looking at all the diagrams on the machines and trying to figure them out as though they were hieroglyphs, and just kind of trying to understand, what my different muscles were. Oh yeah, this is my tricep and this is my dorsiflex. And I had no idea what was going on. And it was a little bit scary, but the thing is about the gym and about the community at the gym, at least to my experience, is that there are a lot of people who are willing to help you, and all you need to do is ask.
Absolutely.
So, don't be afraid to ask. That's a top tip from Bill and I, that, even though the gym can be scary, a lot of it can be alleviated by just asking. And I think a lot of people are friendly enough at the gym where they'll help you out.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, let's get into the next story.
Okay. My pants ripped at the gym while doing leg day. That's bad, but I didn't realize until I got home and saw.
Ooh.
I think that's everybody's worst nightmare. Somebody be a friend and tell them they tore their pants. Okay.
I tore my pants once at the gym. It was just the front though. It was on. I was actually wearing, for some reason, jean shorts, and I went to do some leg exercise, and
your muscles were too big. Continue.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but it tore my jeans right up the leg, and my wife was not happy about the show that was going on
Right.
around the gym. So
Yeah.
just make sure you wear comfortable, good fitting attire to the gym. Top tip from Bill and I again.
Yeah.
Keep
Dress
keep that
appropriately.
scary stuff concealed. So
Okay. Do you want to grab the next one?
yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay.
I was doing box jumps. Okay, I already know where this one's
Yeah.
going. I was doing box jumps on a wood box and missed on my last jump. It scraped my entire skin and I had blood dripping down my leg. A lot of blood too. I'm getting nauseous. I was so embarrassed. I just got up and left, walked limping and crying. Ha, ha, ha.
Got to be careful with those box jumps. Absolutely. Maybe work up to the bigger ones. They have different size boxes.
I've seen the ones where they're just kind of they're more soft. They're more foam-ish. So, I mean, maybe look for those ones. I mean, especially as you're starting out.
Well, and actually a top tip for doing box jumps is that when you're landing, you want to land like with your heels, not with your toes. And if you're thinking about landing on your heels, you're a lot more likely to land with your feet in the right spot. So if you're focusing on landing with your toes, you might slip off, right? But if you're focusing on landing with your heels, you're going to get that depth that you need to be safe.
It's that idea of punching through the board.
Yep.
It's like going a little bit more than you need to, because I did that in football in high school. I remember I scraped my whole shin, and it's not the best feeling. So,
yeah, drive through your heels.
There you go.
Okay. I have had I have had multiple gym stalkers. This is a female, by the way. One time, these guys would always try to wave to me or work out next to me. One day, they came up to me while I was doing my cool down stretches in the corner and said, "Hi, what's your name? We see you at the gym all the time, and we were watching you stretch, and we think you are so flexible."
Weird.
Wow. Hashtag gross, hashtag spooky.
Yeah, that's just gross. That's not really scary.
Yeah, don't be weird.
The culture of the gym has changed a little bit over the past few years, I would say, since COVID.
Right.
I think we're a little bit more respectful with distance and how we approach people and stuff like that. But again, the gym is not a bar. It's not the best place to pick up women. I mean, it's good to be friendly. Always be friendly in the gym, especially if you see somebody struggling or whatever. It's always good to have that community. But at the same time, it's like asking somebody out on LinkedIn. Not appropriate.
Right, just not the place for it.
Not the best place for
Yeah.
it. So, yeah, just kind of, I mean, you know, if you feel there's an attraction there, no problem asking somebody's name, but mentioning how they lift or stretch or do other things, now we're in creepy realm.
Right.
Now we're trying to figure out how, you know, she fits inside my skin type thing. So don't do that. Just keep it professional, keep it cordial, and keep it, you know, light and friendly.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to feel
friendly,
feel afraid at the gym more than they need to be.
And again, if like a natural friendship or relationship develops in like a small group class or something like that, like again, don't force stuff, right? Just like organically people become friends or they don't.
Yeah. Don't be creepy at the gym.
Yeah. Don't be creepy.
Top tip from Bill and I.
Tip, okay.
Don't be creepy at the gym.
I'm going to go ahead and read the next one too, because it's a similar one. Gym saunas are a generally fairly spooky place, but I've found if you just put your headphones on and try to ignore everyone, it's generally okay. That is until one time I, a female, was sitting in a sauna with about 4 other men and 1 other woman. Within 2 minutes, everyone had left until it was just me and the other man, and another man, sorry. The guy gave me a look like something was wrong, so I took out my headphones to see if he needed help when he proceeded to tell me, "Wow, it's kind of like a date." Turned out the man did need help. It was just in the social cues department because ick.
Gross.
Capital.
Gross.
Ick. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say it for everyone. Yuck. Okay. Again, it's right time, right place, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing, like Bill said, I mean, relationships can develop anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially when you're being that physical, and the gym is a very vulnerable place, as, you know, as far as you're doing things that, you know, are pushing your limits and stuff like that. So you're stepping into a place that's really uncomfortable. To make that more uncomfortable is a lack of self-awareness and a lack of tact, if you will. And the sauna specifically, inappropriate. I'm going to say inappropriate.
Might be the worst place in the gym to hit on people.
For sure. So again, keep it cordial, keep it professional. Don't keep it to yourself. All right, getting to this next one. One time I got to the gym and realized my running shorts were inside out. It was the kind of shorts that have with the built-in underwear. So being inside out made it look like I was wearing my underwear over the shorts. Ha ha ha.
It's kind of amazing.
We just call that the Quail Man style. If I'm going to date myself here.
Superman style,
Yeah.
you know?
But, you know, maybe it's more secure. Maybe it's better for, you know, I don't know. But to get all the way to the gym
Right.
with your shorts inside out, I've had them on, I've had pants on backwards. I'm not going to lie to you there.
So I sometimes will get dressed in the dark because I'm just my wife's still asleep, and so I'm trying to get out to get to the gym. Usually I get dressed like in the bathroom or in a different room, but sometimes if I'm like racing, I'll do it in the dark, and yeah, that can cause some problems.
Yeah, mismatched socks, maybe. But at some point during the drive,
underwear,
did you
sure.
not look down and say, oh no, my underwear's on the outside?
You're driving like this?
Well, then you probably shouldn't be driving.
Probably not. Probably not.
Top tip, double check your underwear before going to the gym, that it's not on the outside.
That's just life counsel. So.
Yeah. In general, you probably won't
Yeah.
do too well in interviews either. So it's something you should work on. But all right, Bill, do you want to take the next one?
Sure. So there I was in between sets on the pull down machines, enjoying my music. This is obviously a pretty tight space in the gym with all the cable sets close together, and it was getting busy. All of a sudden, a man's grunting overpowers my music in my noise canceling headphones. So obviously, I start trying to find who's doing it and see this dude going absolute ape crap doing cable rope crunches. I don't think I've ever seen someone do any sort of crunches with that type of intensity. Then I scan around the guy, and everybody at the cables are just flabbergasted at what this dude was doing, confirming that I wasn't the only one embarrassed for this man. Then, when I thought it couldn't get any worse, the dude finishes his set and immediately stands up, leans against the machine, and looks at this random chick doing donkey kicks and waits for her to finish her set. After pulling his shirt up to wipe his face and show off his Austin Powers-looking torso, he proceeds to say, "Sorry if I was grunting too loud. That workout really gets me good." Well, the girl wasn't about it and just nodded her head and dipped out of there. Needless to say, not even the worst protein fart could cause as much embarrassment as what I felt for that man on that day. The unfortunate part, he probably doesn't even understand the magnitude of the L he took that day.
He got his workout done. That's a W.
Yeah.
For me.
I don't know if you heard, but he did over 1,000 reps.
Yeah, that's what I was counting. But you're always going to have those guys who are overconfident at the gym.
Yeah.
It's peacocking, basically
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes as men, we want to put, we work so hard at the gym. We're trying to get the muscles that we want, look at the way we want. And sometimes we just want to spread our feathers.
Yeah.
But don't do that in a grunting fashion, as it will frighten the other patrons at the gym. Let people, naturally compliment you on your physique and your progress and stuff like that. Because there's nothing better than somebody saying, "Oh, have you lost weight? Hey, you look good."
Right. Yeah,
Feels
yeah.
good. Feels real good. It's something that I chase constantly.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't notice your own progress
Yeah.
because you see yourself every day. And maybe somebody who sees you once a week, once every 2 weeks, will notice the changes and the improvement. So it really does mean a lot.
It's another top tip. Go into hiding when changing your physique, and you will get many more compliments.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it was nice. I used to actually be, when I had diabetes, I think I was like 355, something like that. I was a real fat guy.
He's also 6'5", everybody. So
Yeah.
he's a big guy.
But I was very large. And I remember the first time me and my wife realized we had gotten extremely overweight is when somebody sent us a picture from their wedding, and we were like, "Oh, who are those fat people?" And it was us. And that was just kind of a wake up call.
Yeah.
And then, we got into the gym, we got more into nutrition, that kind of stuff. My wife ended up competing. I ended up losing, I think I'm sitting at like 255 right now. So I'm down over 100 pounds. Diabetes under control, all that stuff. Health stuff, fantastic. But again, when it comes to looking at yourself, it can be scary. And it can be hard to be objective when it comes to you know what you need to do and looking in the mirror. And sometimes you just have that body dysmorphia where you're just like, you know, I'm doing so much, I'm working so hard, I'm not making any changes. And so when somebody compliments you on your weight loss or on your physique changes, it's nice to feel that. And so kind of keep that in mind when you see other people. Don't be afraid to compliment people in the right manner,
in a non-creepy way.
in a non-creepy way, and just kind of, you know, let them know, because sometimes you just don't know, and sometimes you just don't understand what's going on. And to be objective with yourself is very, very difficult. So it's always good to kind of get those compliments.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Here's a short one. One time I was doing a workout on the cables and the cable broke and I hit myself in the face. Ha ha. I'm glad most of these people can laugh at themselves.
Yeah.
Because that actually happened to me. I was on the cable row and I pulled and it snapped and I fell backwards and I hit my head on the bar behind me. It knocked me out for a second. And then I woke up with a halo of people around me asking if I was okay.
Oh, no.
I ended up having a concussion.
From the ground or from the bar hitting you?
No, from the ground. From the ground.
Flipping backwards. Yeah.
Flip backwards and then hit the ground and saw stars and woke up to, you know, some concerned faces. So most of you are not going to have that problem. Don't be afraid. I think that's a kind of irrational fear, but it can happen. So
Like, I've worked out for a long time, and I had a like resistance band break once, but that's the only time in 20 plus years of being active that I've ever had equipment failure, injury type thing. So.
Especially commercial gyms, you really don't have to worry about it. They have a good maintenance team. This is working out actually at our corporate gym. And so it just happened to snap that day and knock me out. Got to go home early though. So it's a win
Nice.
for me.
Yeah. So don't necessarily have to be afraid of the equipment at the gym. Okay, another short one here. One time I was running on the treadmill and dropped my phone and it got launched across the gym. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that is terrifying actually. Like anytime you drop your phone, it's scary, but to drop it and have it be whisked away, like that could explode into 1,000 pieces.
Also, when you do drop your phone, you know, make sure you know what's going on around you, because reaching down on a treadmill, you could have made it worse. But you know, it's always good to be aware of what's going on around you, your equipment, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of be aware, especially if you're in a public setting. So, top tip from us. Next one. One time I was in a hotel gym running on a treadmill to cut weight for a wrestling tournament the next day. I was pretty gross because I had been running for close to an hour wearing a trash bag covered in layers of sweat, etc. If you do combat sports, you get it. Is this somebody we know?
Maybe, I don't know. Keep reading.
The treadmills were facing the wall, but the wall was just a giant mirror. There were also some girls' basketball teams staying at the same hotel for a basketball tournament the next day, and two young ladies came up to the door behind me to use the gym. They pantomimed that they didn't have their room key to access the door. As a 17-year-old boy, I was very excited to help them out, so I turned around to go let them in, but in my excitement, I forgot I was on the treadmill. My feet flew out from under me. I landed on my back, and the treadmill shot me into the stair stepper behind me. I quickly rolled over and stumbled to my feet to let them in, but they waved me off and walked away awkwardly. It was equal parts painful and embarrassing.
Yikes.
That's a big yikes.
Yeah. Losing your phone, bad, but getting shot by the treadmill may be worse.
Nothing. I mean, people fall. We all fall. We all have bumbles and accidents and trips and stuff like that. But man, there's nothing harder than getting up after falling in front of somebody.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's hilarious.
Right.
Anytime somebody falls, it's pretty. I mean, without injury.
Hopefully,
of course.
you can laugh at yourself too.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm getting to the age now, though, where if I fall, I have to stay there for a second, which is also more embarrassing. I remember I was delivering flowers to an aunt or a grandma. I can't remember. And I slipped on the driveway because it had been snowing. And I remember I just sat there as I slid down the driveway, flowers in hand, and just stopped. And then I just kind of composed myself and got up. But the best part was the indent in the snow,
right,
and the slide. And having to explain that to, I forgot my aunt or my grandma, but it's one of those things where like, yeah, if we fall, we get back up. But man, is it embarrassing, especially if you do it in front of the opposite sex or
Right.
those you're
Right.
those you're attracted to. So
I will say that from jujitsu, one of the best things that you learn is how to fall well in any position or situation. And so I think that like you learn it as a kid or in your 20s or whenever you start jujitsu, if you start jujitsu. But hopefully that's something that like keeps you healthy for life, right? Like when we were talking to Ryan Westbrook here on the show, he talked about how stretching is one of the most important things you can do for your health, and that falling after a certain age and just falling stiff is what causes a lot of unnecessary injury. And if you're more flexible and more used to falling, you're able to stay healthy. And so I don't know. I think that's probably going to be good for us.
that's also a life tip. Learn how to fail.
Learn how to fail.
Learn how to fail.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't learn how to fail, then you don't know how to succeed. So, all right, I think this is our last
Okay.
one.
This is our last one, okay? One time after a workout, I tried to shower before heading to work. When I got into the shower, it smelled awful. Or I got into the shower area, it smelled awful. As I was picking which shower stall I was going to use, I found out why it smelled so bad. There was a large pile of human feces in one of the stalls.
I'm gonna be sick.
I changed back into my dirty gym clothes, went and told the front desk, and ended up doing a gas station sponge bath type shower. Probably a one-time thing, but I never showered in that particular gym ever again.
I would have changed gyms. I would have changed states.
Right?
I would have upheaved my entire family and occupation to not be within a 500-mile radius of that store.
Yeah. I don't go to Colorado anymore.
That's disgusting. If you did that, you're disgusting. If you're watching this somehow through the magic of the internet and we connect, you're disgusting.
The sad thing is that this is probably not an isolated incident. Somebody that did this somewhere, maybe not that person,
You think there's a serial dumper out there?
not serial. There's more than one of them. It's a community. Okay, so
That'll do it for us. Again, gym is not supposed to be a scary place. Yes, these were more gross and embarrassing stories than scary stories. But again, there's no reason to be scared of the gym.
right.
So if you're thinking about getting into health, getting into fitness, all that kind of stuff, join the Nutri Club. It's a great place to get started. We have a lot of information about working out, nutrition, supplements, all that kind of stuff. It's actually headed up by Bill here, our nutrition expert, and he has a lot to say on a lot of different topics. So go ahead and join the Nutri Club. It's a great place to find information for whatever stage of health you're in.
Yep. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.